Hi everyone, Thomas here and welcome back to another video. So today I'm back here for another speed build, and today we're going to go ahead and create this one called Stonemere Estate. So if you want to go ahead and download this from the gallery, my origin ID is RealThomasTV1. So as I'm doing this face cam and this voiceover, I haven't actually finished the build yet. And you're probably wondering like what on earth am I on about. But I don't know if you know, but I do like to leave voiceovers and face cam videos until everybody's out the house, because if they're here I'm just like put off and I'm all quiet and everything. So, you know, I might as well just wait until everybody's out the house before I do these sort of things. So that's the chance now, but I haven't finished the build yet, but I've got the chance to do the face cam. So I've got like 12 minutes worth of video here, and we'll get up to like the kitchen, and that's as far as I've done by the time I've done this. And I'm currently recording this on the 10th of February. I couldn't think of the month there. And that's my birthday month as well, the 27th, mark your calendars. So yeah, and this is actually going up hopefully tomorrow on the 11th, and I've still got the second and third floor of the build to do. I don't know how on earth I'm going to get this done, because as you can see it is a 64 by 64 lot as well. So yeah, I've got a lot of work to do. I don't think I'm going to get it done, but I'm just going to try my best. So this idea kind of came around from just kind of, well, the main inspiration was from Hatsi, as you probably know. She's a fantastic builder here in the community, and I've kind of always looked up to her for building inspiration, and just I've watched her speed builds for so long now. I feel like it's really helped to develop my skills, and I feel like that's, you know, if you watch a lot of speed builds and you're a builder, that kind of happens a lot, and that just happens naturally. But, you know, she builds a lot of these types of homes a lot, and I kind of just was wondering, like, one day I hope I can have the building skills to build something like this, because when I started going into like proper building in The Sims 4, that was like, I had like no skills at all. I was building like starter homes every week, and I couldn't do anything more than that. But I've just been really focusing on my building skills a lot recently. As you can probably tell, I do like 4 speed builds a week now. So, you know, I feel like I do a lot of builds, and I've really developed my skills to be able to do something like this. Now, this is probably one of my biggest builds, and probably my best, in the build I'm most proud of that I've done so far. And I think it turned out really well. Well, the bit I've done so far. So I did actually start this. This sounds crazy, but I started this build on the 4th of November 2017. Like, you're probably wondering, how on earth did it take me that many months to do this? Well, because it's such a big build, like every 10 minutes worth of work I'll be like, I can't even notice what I've done, because the scale of the place is just so huge. So then I'd be like, okay, I can't be bothered to do any more now. And then I'll just kind of take a break for like a week. Then I'll come back, do another little bit, okay, I'm tired now. And then I'll keep doing that. So that's why it's taken me so long. But I kind of forgot about it at one point, and I came back to it like, wow, I started this so many months ago, and you're like, you know what, I'm just going to get this finished and get this out as soon as I can. I didn't rush it, but this was like a few weeks ago when this happened, by the way. So I was like, you know what, it's about time to get this out. So yeah, I really hope you like it, and let me know about what you think of the face cam. I know I look very pale, and I mean, of course I always am, and I say this in every single face cam video. But the other thing as well is that I don't really have any other coloured lights apart from white. So I've got my window on this side of me, and then I've got like my desk lamp like right here. I don't know if you can see like the shade in there. So yeah, that's like all I have really. I would use yellow tinted lights to make myself look a little bit more colourful, if that's the term. Put a bit more colour in my face, but yeah, that's all I can really deal with here. So I'm sorry about that. I mean, and also as well, I try to like brighten things up as well in editing, like add a bit more saturation and stuff, but then it ends up being way too like overexposed when I watch it back on YouTube. So I'm like, ugh, I can never get my face cam right. So, you know, it's probably going to take a while. I haven't been doing this for too long, like face cam videos. So, you know, and you can also see my microphone right here, like the pop filter. I try to get this out in every face cam as much as I can, but it's always just such a hard task to do. So yeah, I try to get out as much of the frame I can sort of like see the reflection here on my neck. Well, not reflection, like the shadow on my neck. So yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, so this has only took me about like 3 hours at most so far, and I've done quite a lot, so that's actually not too bad really. And it has 3 floors. I don't know how many bedrooms and bathrooms it has, because I haven't done any of that yet. Oh my god, I'm kind of just realising how much work I've got to do today if I want to get this up tomorrow. Because I don't know if you know, but recently I've been trying to do like 1 mansion build a week on a Sunday, and with Facecam as well, because it's kind of a special video. So I try to do that as often as I can, and it's good doing it on a Sunday, because then I kind of like, you know, work throughout the whole week on it, and then it's ready for the weekend. So we're just working on some sort of like dormers here on this build. I haven't really talked about this build a lot today. I've kind of just been rambling. So yeah, these little dormer things, I wanted to put these on top because I felt it was a little bit kind of blank on the roof, just putting roof in there. Wasn't really sure how that looks. I put these little things to kind of make it look a little bit more castle-esque, I guess you could say. It's not really a castle shape, but it's kind of just makes it a little bit more like that. And as you can see, it is in Windenburg, and I really want to kind of go for a very traditional exterior sort of looking place, and you kind of see that on the inside as well once I get onto it. So I did do lots of jump cuts during this editing process, well, the video process, because a lot of it is very, very repetitive. A lot of the things are just the same, doing me over and over again, like putting wall coverings on. I mean, you don't want to see like 10 minutes worth of me putting stone on this whole build, you know? So I did try to cut out some bits which are a little bit repetitive, a little bit boring, just so you can kind of see the best parts and to kind of get an idea of what I'm doing. Because I know some people don't like it when I cut out things in the videos, but I don't want the videos to be over half an hour long. I don't know what it is, but I just don't like the speed build to be over half an hour long. And the other thing as well is that I don't like to take it into 2 parts for some reason. Like, I don't know why I do that, but I just end up doing it. So yeah. So kind of just working on just want to mention this. You can see me putting the pillars on here. Now I don't know why, but on this bottom floor bit, I'll like put them on the wall and then it'll kind of shorten them down. Like, what on earth is happening? I was so frustrated about it because I didn't know what to do, but I managed to get it working in the end where I had to kind of like overlap things. So I basically put the pillar down and then automatically go shorter. So now I'll put it in the same place, another pillar, but like press the Control 9 button to make it like go up a bit, and that kind of fixed the problem. But you will see it clipping a little bit, but that was only on the bottom floor for the pillars there. Now also had a lot of problems with the freezers because there's a lot of kind of pop outs in this build, as you can see, because I really wanted to make sure I did that because, I mean, on the front and the back of the lot is kind of very like flat, I guess you could say. So I really wanted to make sure on the sides and just as much as I could get a lot of pop outs. I don't really know what I'm on about here. But with doing that, it meant that the freezers kind of just went all over the place. So yeah, that was a little bit of a problem. And there isn't really a back garden or yard, whatever you call it. I don't really have one of those in these builds because it didn't really fit, but I did do a little bit. And as you can see here, we're working on the favourite part of my build now, which is the landscaping. Now, as you know, Spring Sims would say, he's Mr. Plan Crazy. I'm Mr. Plan Crazy 2.0. And I went really kind of like overkill on the landscaping here. Now, I kind of felt like it was very appropriate for like this type of build, to be honest. And I really wanted to just pack in so many plants as I could. So yeah, if you do like landscaping, then hopefully that this leaves you shooketh. Because this is just such a huge... I've never said that before. And I sound so stupid saying that. Anyway, so yeah, this is just like, you know, like just a huge big mess in terms of landscaping when I kind of started it, but I think in the end it kind of turned out really elegant in a way, and I really wanted the landscape to be very kind of just over the top, because I feel like this whole build is over the top, you know, and so kind of just, you know, have that with the landscaping as well. I think it made the whole thing just kind of come together nicely. So yeah, and I used quite a lot of colours during this, because in the landscaping I should say, because the build really only has grey for the stone, and then this kind of creamy other colour as well, because I didn't want the stone to be on the whole like outside of it, just because it looked a little bit odd, I think. So I'd used 2 different types of stone, but then I kind of think, well, it's a little bit dull, I suppose, so I did go ahead and brighten it up a little bit with all different colours of flowers, and yeah. So like I was just mentioning there about the back garden, I did a little bit of landscaping there, but I didn't really do any sort of other furnishing, like outdoor furnishing and stuff like that, because I just didn't really think it fit the place that well, especially doing like kids sort of stuff, because I don't really think this is like a home where kids would live. I mean, maybe some rich Sims and they have kids and okay, but you know, I just didn't really feel like putting that in. But if you download this, feel free to add or take away different things, because I have to do that sometimes, and I don't mind if you do that. So say if I'm playing with a certain type of family and I find a really nice home on the gallery, but it kind of like there's maybe 1 or 2 areas of the house that doesn't really fit the family I'm playing with, so I'll just go in and change the colour swatches or add some other furnishing just to kind of make it fit that. And if you want to do that for my build, that's absolutely fine. So as you can see, we're just working on kind of the beginning parts of the landscaping here. And I did actually have to cut out a lot of this, as you will just see in just a second here, because it literally just took so long. But you can see that we've kind of jumped ahead a little bit there, and you can see what I'm basically doing. It's all very repetitive, so I just showed you a little bit, and that's kind of what I carried on throughout the front of the home. And when you go down those stairs as well, I did the same, and in the back. So, you know, it's very repetitive. So I didn't really feel the need to kind of show you every single part of it. Otherwise, this build would just be way, way too long. And like, how much footage have we got so far? We've got like 12 and a half, like 13 minutes that I've done so far. And we're only up to the kitchen and there's 30 minutes of footage. So I've got to do the whole second and third floor and a little bit more of the first floor actually within the next 15 minutes of footage, which I don't know how I'm going to be able to do, but I'll try and figure it out, I hope. So what I'm also going to do, like in a few minutes, I'll leave the Facecam here and just continue with the voiceover because I know I don't really do Facecam that often, and when I do it, it's normally just for kind of the occasional challenge video that I do every couple of weeks. But recently I've had a lot of requests to see a little bit more. I don't know why on earth you want to see more Facecam, but okay, you requested it, so here it is. You're probably regretting that now. So what I like to do for the people who don't really want Facecam is that I basically do half the video with it and half the video without Facecam. Just, you know, just to make everybody happy, I suppose. And if you want to see any more suggestions for mansion builds, because like I said, I try to do these every single Sunday, then just let me know, because you know, I'm starting to run out of ideas and of different themed mansions I could do. So let me know, that'd be really, really helpful, because I've got to make one for next week. But actually, luckily, I've just finished yesterday. Like I said, it's the 10th today. Yesterday, the 9th, was my last day at college for a week. So I've got a week off now, which is really, really great. So you can see here we're working on the kitchen, and this kitchen is got like a black and white theme to it, and I did use a little bit of like those, well, you can see I've brought the stone from the outside in. I like to do that a lot with my builds, and I felt with this build in particular it would really, really fit well with the kind of theme it's going for. It's a very traditional upscale manor sort of thing, and it's very, very old as well, so I really want that to come into it. And you can see there as well, which I'm still not too sure about, but I did use some of those wall coverings from Vintage Glamour. I kind of felt like it was very traditional looking as well, this particular one, so I went ahead and used that as well. And I'm sorry if I'm talking too fast, I kind of feel like I am. I don't know, sometimes what happens is, like at the beginning of the video, I'm like, okay Thomas, slow yourself down, don't rush, or you're going to end up getting a load of comments of people telling you to slow down. So I kind of have that in my mind, okay, when I start the voiceover, I've got to slow down, slow down, slow down. But then a few minutes into the video, I kind of forget, and I'm just like blah, 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 blah. I'm just like rambling on for like, you know, for the rest of the video. So hopefully I'm not talking too fast. I feel like definitely since I've started doing voiceovers, well actually, when I first doing voiceovers like December 2015, when I started making Sims videos, I was very much slower, and because I was very nervous. But now I'm kind of just into it a lot more, and I do these kind of like videos every single day. So it's kind of just in my routine now. So it's not really, I'm not nervous about it anymore. And I feel like that's why I'm talking fast, because I kind of just get everything out without having to really think about what I'm going to say. So that's probably why, I don't know. So you can see, well, now that the camera's gone off, because I'm just looking at a black screen now because I've run out of footage and I've got to go ahead and build the rest. But you would have just seen the kitchen that we did. I mean, I went with this like black and white theme because I've never like done that before for a kitchen, at least in a very long time, and I just really liked that, and I felt it was a very upscale sort of traditional looking sort of colour scheme to use, and especially that flooring tiles that I use as well, so I went ahead and used that because I thought it looked pretty nice. And yeah, so today, like I mentioned, is the 10th of February, and today should actually be the day that I'm doing a collab with Spring Sims. So if this is going up tomorrow, then yesterday's video should have been a collab with Spring Sims. But I'm going to tell you what the collab is, because I mean, I've been pre-recording a lot, but by the time you see this, the collab video should have went up. So basically what we did was a kind of like a fix setup a battle or a renovation battle of the Roomies household in Oasis Springs. This is me and Steven's third collab. And we thought that we wanted to do something a little bit different. So what we did was, we actually were in each other's voiceover. So we went on a call on Discord, and then we kind of just talked in each other's voiceover and answered, like we did a huge big Q&A as well. We asked a few, maybe like a week before we did the video, of just people to send in questions that we could ask in the video, not exactly Sims related, but you know, some of them were, and it was a really, really fun thing. So at the end, once we finished the voiceover, we're talking a little bit after, and we've kind of planned out another 2 collabs that we're going to do, so make sure you look out for those. They should be coming during March, so 2 more collabs coming in March, I think. And yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to them. So yeah, we're pretty much like, I don't know where we are up to in the video, because like I said, I'm looking at a black screen now because I've run out of footage. So I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the Facecam here, and you can go ahead and watch the rest of the video with the voiceover, and I'll do the voiceover once I've finished. Oh, I just hit my pop filter there. I do that all the time during my voiceover, sorry about that. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of the build, and I'll come back to do the voiceover once I've actually finished, so I have something about the build to talk about. So let me know what you thought of the Facecam, if you're still liking it, because I have done a few more of these now, and that'd be really, really helpful to hear some feedback. And yes, so I was going to say I'll see you all next time, but we haven't even finished the video yet, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave the Facecam here. Okay, and we're back here for just the voiceover portion of this video. So I'm actually recording this the next day now. It's currently the 11th of February. I don't know why I can never think of the month for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, the Facecam bit I recorded yesterday on the 10th, and today, the 11th, is also the day this should be going up. Now, it's currently 11:35 AM. This should be going up at 6:30 PM, and it will take quite a while to render because it's kind of a big build, and there's kind of a lot happening with the Facecam, the audio, things like that. All that's got to be done as well, so it might take a little bit longer to render, so I'm getting a little bit worried, because also yesterday, when I uploaded that collab with Spring Sims, I was talking about that earlier when I did the Facecam as well, but the video is actually up now when I'm doing this part, and that took so long to render for some reason. It took over like 2 hours, and it was only like a 15-minute video, so probably because there was 2 audio tracks, like my, because we're on a call on Discord, me and Steven, where we did the voiceovers, that's probably why. Anyway, so everybody seemed to like that, how I did that collab, so I'm really, really happy about that. Me and Steven have been talking, well, after we did that voiceover, we'll kind of continue the call for a little while longer, and we kind of just planned out our next couple of collabs, which should be coming up pretty soon, so make sure you stay tuned for that, because I'm really, really excited about it. So we're just working on one of the bedrooms here, and I don't know if I just put in, I don't know if you just saw a clip of the bathroom that I did as well. I can't really remember if I did include that, because actually, no, I don't think I included any bathrooms in this speed build, because it's very, very repetitive. I don't know why, but I always do this when it comes to bathrooms, is I literally just place down, like I do one of the rooms, and I do like the same wall coverings and flooring for all the other bathrooms in the house. And keep in mind, there's 20 bathrooms in this home, so, you know, and also I didn't mention that earlier, because when I did the Facecam bit, I wasn't, like, you know, finished with it, so I wasn't actually sure, but I've actually just made this little card of like information about the home. Let me just get it up on my screen for a second. I don't know if you can hear my mouse clicking there. I actually just got a new mouse the other day, and it is it's like a lot more louder than before, so sorry about that if you can hear that. Anyway, so it has 12 bedrooms, 20 bathrooms, it's on a 64 by 64 lot, and the price is 1,047,061 simoleons, and yeah, so that's pretty crazy, I think. I've never done a house that expensive before, but that's kind of explained by how it's, you know, it's got 20 bathrooms and 12, you know, bedrooms, so yeah, that's probably why it's so expensive. And I feel like what's probably added up the price quite a lot is the beds that I use. Now, I think those beds that I use most in, like, most of the bedrooms are about like 8,000 simoleons each, I think, around that sort of price range, so that's probably what brought up the price quite a bit. And even before I started doing the interior, the house was already worth like about 400 and odd thousand simoleons, and that was before I did the landscaping as well. Now, I don't know if you know, but landscaping is kind of expensive in this game, and especially how I did this one, where I was kind of like overlapping lots of plants, you know, over each other, like at the same time, so that's probably another reason why it became so expensive. So the interior, what I did with this, I didn't really go into too much detail in each of the rooms, because, you know, it is a really big house, and I don't really think you would see it to be that more detailed, and also, I would be here for like another month doing this if I try to put as much detail into each and every single room. So, you know, and I feel like if it did so much detail, it would be kind of a lot harder to load the slot, because my game kind of struggled when I did the, you know, that little 30-second intro thing that I do. Well, my game kind of struggled with that because it was in real time. I'm doing this in build mode, because I went into live mode, loaded the family up, then went into build, like, to do it that way, if that makes sense. So, yeah, it did put a bit of strain on my game to do that. So, yeah, if I did a little bit more decoration, then probably there'd be even more problems with that. Anyway, so we're just working on another one of the bedrooms here. Now, it is pretty repetitive, so I didn't include every single bedroom, because you can see that a lot of the wall coverings are the same. And one other thing I did as well was, for a lot of the bedrooms, I put these mirrors from Vintage Glamour behind them. I don't know what it is, it just kind of look nice, and it kind of just made the room feel a little bit bigger as well. I mean, they are pretty big to start with, so I don't know why I needed to do that, but, you know, yeah, I did that. I don't know why, just something a little bit different, I suppose. So, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to mention. Oh, that was it actually. I also have done a kind of like a speed edit of the thumbnail for this video as well, so that should be coming up tomorrow, hopefully. I'm going to go ahead and do the voiceover for that just after I finish this. So yeah, I don't normally do builds or just videos in general on the day it goes up. I normally have a few days to a week in advance, but today I'm kind of pushing it a little bit by doing this a few hours before it has to go up. So yeah, hopefully tomorrow then I should have that going up. I am on half term, which is basically basically like a week off from college, in other words, so I do have a lot more time to focus on content. Now, I mean, I do have lots of homework to do as well, so I won't be extending how many videos I'll be doing next week, but you know, I'll be able to put a little bit more effort into them, which, you know, is great. And hopefully I'll be working on another mansion build for next Sunday, because that's something I've been doing for the last couple of weeks, is doing a big sort of mansion build with Facecam for Sunday's videos. And also sometimes I do kind of challenge videos as well, so I've got a few of those planned, so that might be coming up instead. I don't know, I'll have to see how things go. So we're pretty much at the end of the video here. I'm going to leave you with the screenshots, and there is a few minutes of them. I did cut down the timing for each and every single screenshot, so it's only a few seconds for each one, just to kind of not make this video be like half an hour long, because like 10 minutes of screenshots, you know. So you will just notice here how these screenshots are a little bit more faster, cycling between them all. So I really hope you enjoyed today's speed build. I've been working on this for such a long time now, and I'm so happy that it's finally finished. In the comment section down below, let me know about what you thought of this, and if you have any kind of feedback that you have for me, that'd be really helpful, because I don't do these kind of very traditional castle-esque estate homes very often, so that'd be really helpful for me. If you have any tips on what I could do next time to improve. And yeah, so thanks for watching. Make sure you leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't. And head over to the gallery. My origin ID is Real Thomas TV1 to go ahead and download this for yourself. And I'll see you all next time. Bye.